Welcome back to the Compressor Guru. Today we're going to show you something to help diagnose which valve is bad. And in our next episode we're going to give you another way to isolate where your problem may be. Today we're here with Tom at Keystone Rubber and Processing in Osceola Mills, Pennsylvania. And he bought this compressor off me, how many years ago, Tom?
12, 13, 14.
Oh, it's longer than that.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
So we'll get him later.
Well, I don't know. It's a pretty good shot of you right now. Hi, Tom.
So it's really dark in this room. Anyway, this is a 15 horsepower Ingersoll, and it works perfect. We're not here diagnosing anything, but we're here to show you how to use an infrared temperature gun to isolate a bad valve. And we aren't going to be able to simulate a bad valve, but we are going to show you how to do it. So stay tuned to the end of the episode. We'll walk you all the way through diagnosis, and we're going to turn this machine on and get her warmed up.
The first valve we're going to look at is the suction valve on the right head, which is a low pressure head. And my camera work leaves something to be desired. Because this space is so tight, the camera wife couldn't get in here to work with me. Anyway, so 150 degrees is a little bit low. It will rise if we let it run more and warm up harder. But that's the low side of normal here. And we're going to show you some other pictures. And I'm pointing it right to the spot in the head where it says in. On these Ingersoll heads, they say in and out on each side. Now to the other side of the same head, we are showing 269 degrees. As you can see, we're upside down in this picture. But anyway, that's about normal. And you can expect to see about 100 degree difference from the suction side to the discharge side on the low pressure cylinders here. So this would be a cylinder I wouldn't expect any troubles with. The suction side is 128, and I will say that when I was doing the center head, as we were checking it, that because it gets a little more airflow from the flywheel, it was running cooler than the right head, but everything was still within normal parameters. Here is the high pressure cylinder on the discharge side. It's the side that's out toward us instead of the discharge being near the flywheel. The discharge temperature here is 229. You could expect it to be up towards 325 on a hot day with this machine running full time. And this is a perfectly acceptable number. That is working well. Here on the suction side of the high pressure cylinder, you can see we're at 139 degrees. That shows us several things. One, the intercooler is working well and nice and clean. And two, that we are about 100 degrees from the suction side to the discharge side, so that cylinder is working well also. The high pressure, just like the low pressure cylinder heads, also have in and out marked on them, and that's where I took these measurements from.
So now that we aren't in darkness, this is a 325 waiting at my shop to be rebuilt. I just got to find time to do it. The same type analysis goes on, or the same type diagnosis goes on, by putting the little red dot from your heat gun on each valve cover. So the exhaust valve will be probably more than 100 degrees hotter than the intake valve here. And you can measure it by putting your non-contacting thermometer on these valve covers.
Do you sell non-contacting thermometers?
Why, yes, I do.
Wow.
That's a great question.
So you could get that from thecompressorguru.com.
Yes, you can.
.com.
Okay, we're going to have to pay for that someday. Okay, so it comes out of here, goes through the intercooler, and this is the intake valve on the high pressure side. And we measure it there, and it's going to be about the same parameters as the Ingersoll we measured a few minutes ago. And then when it comes up here, this is the discharge valve on the high pressure side. Normal operating discharge temperature can be as high as 325 Fahrenheit on a reciprocating compressor. So I get phone calls going, my compressor's really hot. It's supposed to be. So by looking at temperatures, your intake valves are always going to be cooler, your discharge valves are going to be hot, and let's say the compressor's pumping real slow, and you measure here, you measure here, you measure here, you measure there, and this valve is about the same temperature as this valve. If I was going to break out the wrenches, this would be the first valve I'd tear out, and I would bet you that's where the problem would be. I've done this many a times, and by finding the cool valve, it's the one that's not working well. We're here with Tom at Keystone Rubber and Processing in Osceola Mills, Pennsylvania. Tom's a great guy. He was good enough to turn his compressor on even after he's done with work for the day, so it would warm up at the price of electricity. That's a big deal. We really thank Tom. And you can contact Tom at Keystone Rubber and Processing. You can Google it. He's a great guy to deal with. So we showed you how to find which valve may be bad in a compressor without even turning a wrench. The next episode we're going to show you, and it's super quick, super easy. We're going to show you how to tell whether it's a high or low pressure valve is the reason why your compressor is not pumping. Like and subscribe. If you subscribe and hit that bell, you'll know when I put the next episode up.
But what if they have an idea about an episode they want to have done?
I'd love
they have
that
a problem.
idea. You can contact me through the Compressor Guru. That's thecompressorguru.com. Or you can leave a comment in the comment of this video or any other video. I do read my comments, and I reply to the ones that ask me questions if I'm able to reply. But I do read all comments. Folks, thank you. God bless. Have a great day.
Bye.